And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym and the Crypto episode 908. Today is Monday, March 14, 2022, and I'm King.
I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories: 2 years since the COVID-19 crash, 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. It's crazy. It's been 2 years. Austin Mayor embraces Web3 tech and crypto payments. Crypto versus physical must-sailor inflation debate boils down to scarcity. And can cryptocurrency replace loyalty points is the question of the day. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices? And I just got the notification, so hopefully we're not being shadow banned as well. What's up?
Hopefully not. So you can get these good prices today. Bitcoin at $38,898, up 0.2%.
Hold on, Bitcoin Zay. There we go. I was trying to, whenever you do the screen, it blows up. It gets wide. And as I was trying to cancel, go ahead, my fault.
All good. Ethereum at $2,579, up 0.7%. Binance Coin at $368, down 0.6% today. XRP at 76 cents, down almost 3% today. Terra Luna at $93, up almost 5% today. Cardano sitting at 79 cents is down 0.8%. Solana, $80, is up 0.1%. And last but not least, AVAX, aka Avalanche, at $67, down almost 5% today. And our biggest gainers are ZikTalk, up 1,355%. Hydra Meta, up 1,229%. And Metaverse, all best ICO, up 623%. If that don't look like a scam, I don't know what is. That literally looks like some little Indian dude that does the promo for these little crypto projects. It's the best project ever. The ultimate DeFi coin, like some bullshit. But yeah, those are our top gainers and our prices for today. Pretty flat lately. It's been pretty flat for about a year. Some people's patience is thinning.
Hey, that's is officially sideways movement happening. This is where it's at, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I love it because it's keep chopping people out up, chopping them down. And then at the end of the day, the prices pretty much stayed the same since last year. So
right, all the way up until that one day or that 1 week, really is going to be a 48-hour period where the price freaking pumps 70% out the blue or something. And it's just like, no, it's like, yep, you missed it. You missed it. All right, really quick before we get started today. Of course, some quick shout outs. What's going on, Chappie, Bitcoin Madam, Cedric Lemoyne, Crypto Boy, Leroy Forbes, 11 Super Mario, Kadeem K, Tommy Brown, Adrian Friday, Satoshi Slim, PFC Wells, in Bowling, Jake Fever. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And yeah, what's going on? Rodney Green Jr. said, good morning, Kings and Warriors. Been a minute. Let's get it. It kind of has, but for those who pay attention over the weekend, want to give a couple of quick shout outs to some videos we had go out last weekend. And once I find my actual Zoom screen to share a video, there we go. You gotta love it. Just tabs and windows open everywhere, man. I love this crypto thing. All right, one of the videos, of course, got a shout out KRBE in the Crypto episode 2. That's not the official name yet, but of course, Leroy Forbes, our very own, came through with another video. Jamaican Central Bank, of course, with that DEX airdrop, that actual CBDC token. Thanks for the comments and everything on there. For those who are wondering, the show description under his videos, we're actually just trying some new software that's supposed to help us become unshadow banned. So if the show descriptions ever look weird to use, literally just like SEO metrics trying to go to work. But after 2, it doesn't look like they're doing amazing. So we'll do it for another few weeks and see. And then also shout out to iCoin. Did that quick video breakdown on the iCoin hardware wallet. Again, I know a lot of people already bought those or whatever. Feel free to continue to test it. For those who are actually developers or penetration testers, do all of that with it as well. We appreciate any feedback to us personally or in the comments so that other people know and the team can know as well. Again, we want to make sure people are getting good products and they're not what you want, or if you like to see things different, voice it so we can go back to the team, or they can see it in the comments as well. We can make sure it's done right for us all, because again, I have those wallets too. And for the third one I received, I'm going to actually start putting crypto on or Bitcoin on it specifically as well. So yeah, if you're smarter than me, you know how to penetrate and test those type of things, do it and let us know your thoughts as well. We're all down for that. All right, so make sure you check out that video, Leroy Forbes, and again, that iCoin wallet review as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Top story of the day. It's crazy when you said this story was going to be one of the stories. 2 years since the COVID-19 crash. And 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. Forget the crash. We can just take the crash out real quick. Let's go ahead and trigger some folks. 2 years since COVID-19. Should we or should we have not listened to our government? Now I know some people, more people would have died. I don't know. But regardless, it's been 2 years.
I do.
If you don't know, button on Monday morning, unsubscribe.
Hey, if you don't know, research the word comorbidities. I've been saying this is some bullshit since March 2019. I haven't ever, or since was it 2020? When did this happen? 2020?
Man, it's crazy. It happened at the beginning of 2020. Like so much had changed since then. Like literally, career trajectories have changed. But again, it's been 2 years since Bitcoin and the USD crashed to $3,600. Crazy, $3,600 Bitcoin 2 years ago. So for those who say we're in a slump right now at 38, 39,000, I mean, not if you bought it at 3,600 and it's trading over 10 times higher, but clouds as ever are looming large. I'm not sure why I said that. But what exactly is going on with this story and some of the things that's changed since that market crash?
Oh yeah, well, there must be something wrong with me because this is one of the most exciting months of my life. March 2020, seeing that price dip that low. It was my birthday that month. Everything was falling apart. It seemed like I relished the times when everybody's scared and running and blah blah. I stayed in these streets. I didn't stop what I was doing. It was like get rich or die trying. Everybody was just giving up their business. I was in these streets. But in this story, it's basically describing that since that time period, we've seen a few different things happen. Like it says here, amid an atmosphere of still rampant inflation, quantitative easing still ongoing, and geopolitical turmoil focused in Europe, there is plenty of uncertainty in the air, no matter what to trade. That's why this is a good time. I love when chaos comes because most people don't know which way is up, which way is down, and we're sitting there waiting. Also, if you slide down a little more, find it or not, the Fed is the likely kingmaker when it comes crypto performance this week. On March 16th, policymakers will decide whether or not to proceed with the key interest rate hike, which has been expected since last year. So we are intertwining the entire global economy with crypto at this point. You can't ignore it. You can't, put it to the side. It is a big part of it. And a lot of people were scared. Remember when it first happened, everybody thought, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen, lose my job. What is COVID? How can you catch it? A lot of people were getting sick. But I think this time around, people are more hardened. I think what COVID did for some people was basically make them not trust what's coming out of the government's mouth. They handled it so poorly. And then we had a switch of presidents, and they still handled it terribly, maybe even worse in some people's eyes. So this quantitative easing, this Fed rate hike, we'll see what it does for the crypto markets on the 16th, which is Wednesday. Everything happens on Wednesday, but this is good to reflect back on to see how far we've come from 3,600 all the way up. That's a 10x, people, in 2 years. Most people don't get that in a lifetime.
There it is. Let's see. In Europe, lawmakers are set to vote on crypto legislation as well, with some attempting to instigate a ban on proof of work. Like, this is crazy. But you gotta love it. So we'll be talking about that as well. What else is going on? Spot price celebrates 2 years since COVID-19 crash. Of course, that price, as you said, in and of itself went from 3,600 to 10x right now. Really went higher. It went 20x. People, if you cashed out at 66K, it went 20x. That's crazy when you really say it out loud, but it's like it really went like almost 20x as well when you really look at the 3,600 to 66. Market sentiment impresses no one. Again, I think the market sentiment has more to do with the happening than anything. I think we're just now seeing it. Bitcoin's only 13 years old. So it was at 4, 8, 12. We've only seen 3 happenings, people. I've been here for 2 of them. And so far which is crazy when I say it out loud, but just looking at the trends and charts from the 2 happenings where I've actually traded through and looked at, and it's like, to me, we could call it whatever you want, wars, COVID, this, that, and the other. The sideways movement is happening a year after the happening. So I don't know. It remains to be seen. We start pumping crazy the rest of this year and we pump next year, then I'm wrong, right? Those trends are off. But if we go sideways the rest of this year and next year, only getting maybe we do hit 70 or 80K and then go right back down to 40. To me, that's still sideways because it's not maintaining it. If we still maintain this sideways movement into the next happening, that's what it is, people. You get your 2 years of pumps. You get your 2. Hey, and the next one was it 2024. That means you buy leading up. You buy as much 2024, and 2025 is like you hold and sell. And in 2026 you watch and repeat once the price takes off 30K again. But of course, that remains to be seen. The next couple of years we could actually see volcano bonds. Of course, they're talking about using what energy is this? What this is going on? Energy to actually work as a bond in Bitcoin.
Yeah, 10-year Bitcoin bonds in El Salvador, basically getting people to invest money now and get a percentage later based on the bonds created tied to their volcanic energy, which is genius. Shout out to Samson Mao over in El Salvador. I think other countries will use the same mechanism as well once they see it works.
There it is. There it is. Let's see. All right. Shannon Allen, what's going on? Next world leader. April. Everybody's asking about April in Miami. I was just talking to Bitcoin's day before the show. I might actually try to make it down to Miami in April for a while to get some crypto shows going on there. Let's see. Can we get a take from us on the uptick in stable coin market? I mean, to me, stable coins are just like NFTs, and it's a market. It's a market within the market. Stable coins are a market, and whether a bank, a government, whoever can get it, they're gonna get their hands on it. So as far as the uptick, that seems to be the regulatory way that's being cleared out. It will be stable coins and CBDC. So I mean, I think any company, any country that can make a stable coin is going to do it. The same way ICOs are being put out there. You got any thoughts on that, Zay?
Yeah, well, the stablecoin market, like you said, is just like anything else. More is going to come. We'll see who wins out.
Yo, Mark Keat, man, what's going on? It's Mark from Mining Store. For all those who had those Mining Store questions from JP's Mining Farm, one of the texts are actually in the chat today. So shout out to Mark from Mining Store. That video is actually coming out this week as well, folks. For those who wanted to see the actual mining farm, that's coming out this week. So shout out to Mark from Mining Store. That's pretty cool to see them in here. What's going on, Cedric Lemoyne? Do we have a gentleman, the crypto discount code for iCoin? Maybe in the future, but right now we're not, since they're just launching. I'm sure they put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it. So we're not trying to cut corners for them on that. So as of now, no, but I'm sure after this first campaign, they may be interested in coming back, and maybe we'll have one in the future as well. Let's see what else we got going on. J.E. Watson, what's going on? Good morning to you. All right, Austin Mayer's in the news as he embraces Web3 tech and crypto payments. Another mayor, this time one of a big city, of course. If you don't know Austin, I've heard it being compared to Hollywood a bit, as well as San Francisco when it comes to the tech, but it's also called Get Weird Austin. If you don't know, Hollywood is also called Hollyweird as well. If you really don't know why, this thing is far left and liberal as you can get, and there you have it. The second
times about two.
No, times by 20. You said by two, yeah. Right? The second fast, man, listen, the stuff that happens in Austin and Hollywood will make people in the Bible Belt heads explode. All right, like
if you want to know why these actors and entertainers go crazy after like 10 years in the business, there's a reason, bro. It's weird as hell.
It is actually funny because like out here it is so polarizing. Like in Hollywood or Los Angeles in general, they're like, what's wrong? They don't see it, and it's just like, y'all really don't get it. But it's crazy. You go to the South, like I said, in the Bible Belt, or even some Midwest towns, they don't see it. As far as how California and Hollywood and Austin, they're like, wait, they doing what?
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't playing that game. Exactly. Not in front of children.
Exactly. Yeah,
Boosie boys.
Yeah, people not ready for the stuff that happens in Hollywood. I mean, if you needed an inclination, look at your boy, Kanye and Skeet. That's some Hollywood.
Bruh, hey, and it's funny too how he talks as a comedian, how he be talking about people. I'm like, oh, bro, you cannot leave California and put that show on the road. That's what I'm saying. You cannot go to Texas, take a man wife, and then make a comedy segment about it. That's not going down.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Kanye a better man than me because I would have been shot that crib.
All right. Anyway, the second fastest growing city in Texas will begin exploring policy capabilities to accept Bitcoin as a payment option and integrate other Web3 applications to improve resident lives. That's right. Mayor Steve Adler of Austin, Texas, has fully embraced the discovery of what blockchain technology and crypto payments can bring to his city by proposing two new initiatives. The first aims to ensure that Texas' fourth largest city promotes the benefits of blockchain technologies and promotes equity, diversity, accessibility, and inclusion. When I tell you, Austin, hey, nobody else in Texas care about them words. Austin had to throw it in the technological ecosystem. Did I not make a point, bro?
This is exactly what they would tell you in Texas.
Exactly point.
Equity, diversity. Fuck out.
Listen, hey, yeah, all that diversity, but blockchain technology, which blockchain, which cryptocurrency? Are we using Bitcoin? Like
all of them.
No, you're not about to pump fake me with the diversity thing. All right, no. What technology are we talking about? To that end, May Adler directed the city manager to explore how the city can utilize Web3 and blockchain in 20 fields from smart contracts, supply chain management, and assurance to arts, media, fundraising, and identity verification. Oh shit, Benny Linger.
Hold on 1 second. This seems eerily okay. They said that they're utilizing Web3 and blockchain in 20 fields. I just so happen to have a 20-point plan that I showed Miami that includes all this stuff. And when Miami coin got implemented, Austin coin was next up on the bill, but New York jumped over them because they did it so fast. I wonder what those saying.
There may have been some intellectual property reused by an entire city.
What I'm saying is I'm starting to see a lot of cities implement plans that we already started in Miami. And I'm not saying they're copying it because it's only but so much you can do, but seems eerily similar. Let's just keep reading. This seems very similar.
Hey, what I'll tell you this, it's all good. Even if you had the sauce in your hands, if you ain't know how to cook with it, if it ain't yours, listen, it's gonna come out wrong.
It's gonna come out wrong.
That's what you're putting barbecue sauce on eggs and rice. Like, oh, you don't even know what to do. You don't even know the recipe. Don't even worry about it.
Always leave off a couple ingredients and give them the recipe. They never get it right.
It looks like here the city manager is directed to ensure the city is helping to create an environment within city government and the community generally that supports the creation and development of new technologies, including without limitation, blockchain, and other Web3 related technologies, protocols, and applications. So my thing is, again, if you don't have the sauce, if you don't have the right people in the kitchen, it won't matter to me anyway, because you're talking Web3. This stuff is so early. If you don't have the right people in place, you're going to do it wrong. That's my first thought. Second thought, when it comes to Austin, I think they're going to face a roadblock, because when it comes to Web3 and some of these other developments, here's the political part that people are forgetting, and the part where, once again, they might even have the sauce, but if they don't got the right cooks in the kitchen, don't matter. You're talking Web3 and everything that comes along with these new blockchain technologies. A part of that is lending services. A part of that is farming and staking. Texas does not want that in its state because they already have their in-state, in-regulated, in-house, internal type of lending services that different private companies in the state offers. If you go back, I can't think of every crypto company off the top of my head, but there's been plenty of stories we covered in the past that companies pop up in Texas trying to do lending things the same way we saw BlockFi, what Coinbase was trying to do with the SEC shut them down. There has been an abundance of companies in Texas that pop up to try to do that before their time. This was years ago, that got slapped down by the state of Texas. When we started doing digging in this, remember, this is like in 2018, we started doing a deep dive into why they were getting slapped down. What was the issue? It turns out Texas has their own infrastructure of lending services, and they do not want any competition. So my point is, when it comes to things like this, and you're like, we're going to do Web3, we're going to do new technology stuff, staking, farming, and lending, DeFi goes with all of these protocols and applications. So if you're just willy-nilly about that, we're going to add this, we're going to be talking about this, we're going to be educating this, that is going to come with it. And I'm pretty sure the state won't like it, and they'll be shutting down smaller programs like this. So it'll be interesting to see how they plan, how Mayor Adler plans to get these initiatives. Of course, the second initiative looks like to be a fact-finding study on how the city could adopt Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool. But in general, if he wants to move forward with these, I think he needs to get the entire state on his side. And I don't think they will be on his side unless he has the proper people in there to show the state of Texas, hey, this is how it can also benefit the state. And hey, yeah, maybe it's going to hurt these 4 or 5 companies we're getting money from. Fuck them. It's going to take the right person to come in and say that. So we'll see what happens. But again, if it looks like it's already being jacked, then they might not know the way forward to begin with. Any other thoughts on that one?
Yeah, well, again, shout out to Mayor Adler trying to get it done. I believe that every single mayor who wants to stay in office will implement some sort of Web3, crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, some sort of strategy to stay in office.
Yeah, and first of all, really quick, shout out to you. You were one of the first few people I want to say first few. I won't even say first few. You might have been the only person I've heard really say this. That's what I started thinking about. I was like, Andreas was talking to the Senate, but he wasn't really saying like,
he wasn't focused on local communities.
Right. He wasn't saying we'll all be doing this. That's why I'm going through the Rolodex. I can't really remember anybody being like, no. If you want to win a seat at the table, literally for campaigns, besides you. So I will shout out Bitcoin Zay on that. And he's right. Like, people, you're seeing it happen in front of our eyes. Mayors are capitulating. Like, what comes next in the natural order of things? Governor, senators, judges, maybe vice presidents. Like, people, this is literally the natural order. You called it. And yes, I mean, mayors are fully going after like crypto and Bitcoin. This is crazy.
But one thing I realized about politicians, they do whatever it takes to win. All they needed was crypto to be one of the things that helps them win, which we're valuable enough now, $1 trillion market. Now, that's what they takes to win. Politicians will use anything. I mean, Hillary Clinton used to not like abortion, and then now she does. Or I mean, you can look at every politician.
Joe Byron used to not like black people like that. Now he does.
Yeah.
Or something.
Now if you don't vote for him,
now if you don't vote for him, you're not black. There's a 70-something-year-old. Wait, can we put? Wait, I gotta say this. Nothing to do with crypto. A person won the presidency that said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." Because the last guy was too mean.
Y'all get whatever you want. Everybody that voted for him, you get all of this.
Hey, one guy had a bunch
Afghanistan. You get billions of dollars. You get $6 gas. You get terrible inflation rates.
Hey.
Yeah, you get everything you wanted with Byron. You get your vice president can't even answer a question, just cackling every time somebody asks him. So I don't want to hear it. Hey, we've already
I don't care regardless on either side of the fence, but. For anybody to say you ain't black if you ain't X, Y, and Z.
Hey,
all right, I got it.
They whatever it takes for
bro. These are the people.
And
these are the people who never used to go to the bathroom in high school. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
these
exactly.
are they ain't never walked in the room with another man and had to say what they needed to say again. Like, what did you say earlier, man? That was weird. What did you say?
Hey, let me ask y'all something. Would you listen to somebody that never had a job? Joe Biden's 85, never had a job in his life. Why are we listening to him?
Like, all right, let's stop. Enough triggering. Let's get back.
Byron.
All right, let's see. And to be clear, before people like both sides are whack. That's the worst.
Yeah, both sides so trash. But hey, you got to make fun of who's in office currently because you can't blame who's not there. So.
Oh my goodness. Next world leader says sending positive energy to Leroy. Said in Showing Up Boys. Yeah, hey, Leroy's putting it down for the Bahamas. And shout out to everybody's leaving a comment. I see a lot of people are interested in stuff. Man, this is about to be very interesting as new people come on with takes and on board and different stuff because it's already I'm starting to see the comments already. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Jake Fever said, I definitely wash my hands more and touch my face less. Hey, let's talk about it really quick. COVID, people weren't washing their hands. Oh my God, you filthy animals. When that came out.
That's the first time I've seen every single dude in the airport wash his hands. Before that, every dude was going in the airport, peeing and just walking out. Peeing. Everybody's washing their hands. I was like, man, this is amazing. We need to keep some of this COVID around because y'all ain't been clean before.
Oh, for real, bro. Just keep it. Hey, we need to keep 5% of COVID around just in case people start getting dirty. Let's not get all the way rid of it. Jake said, I went broke in March 16th buying Bitcoin. I was about 36 hours late off the bottom. But, banks had to wait till Monday to buy the dip already. Let's see. Things go through. What you say Bitcoin say?
I said, yeah, that was a fun time.
Let's see. Render like Denzel said, this is a crab market. Let's see. Bukele is about to be like Soulja Boy and Ray J in the next decade. I did it first. Leroy. Hilarious. JJ Wentworth said, catch him on stage. Here we go. Woo, man. All right, C. Williams, we'll get back to iCoin ordering. Website is choppy, hard time ordering. All right, we'll give him a shout and see what's up with that. Let's see. More word salad, says C. Williams. Exactly. You already know it. Let's see. What else do we have? Satoshi Slim, speaking of Hollywood, make sure. Oh, come on. Stop playing with me right now. I ain't read. I ain't look at what? Do I look like the motherfucker to be in a dress? for one, the reason why my Hollywood career moves slow, people anyway, and it's going to be hard for me to do anything is because I bought Bitcoin early. I highly doubt. I don't think there's any number to make me do anything I don't want to do in life. So yeah, I'm from Detroit. Like Detroit people, we're pretty stern on that one. It's never been a number for us. It's always like, nah. We crash dummies half the time. Like we'll crash out, just crash out to prove the rest of the world we crash out.
Hey man, you know how many jobs I quit with no backup plan because I wouldn't take their shit? I don't care. That was when I was poor. So yeah.
Hey, forget how many jobs we quit. You know how much we've been offered to work for people the last 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Like, no, it ain't no numbers no more, people. We good. Plus, I'm a person who's like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy with just like, give me this little hoodie or my white button up, dog. I don't need to. God gave me this, man. I don't need to dress up too much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We had amazing lives for a long time, bro.
Ain't no weird stuff happening. Ain't no weird stuff happening. All right. With that, we're talking about versus anyway. Here's a versus right here. Crypto versus physical. Oh, the comments about to be lit. Sailor inflation debate boils down to scarcity. That's right. Elon Musk acknowledged that predominantly scarce assets, such as physical property and company stocks, help investors maintain their purchasing power against high inflations. As the rising inflation threatens to eat up further purchasing power of the global fiat ecosystem, finding the perfect hedge against a falling economy has become the need of the hour, especially for the general public across the world. One thing I want to point out, to me, this says it all. Rising inflation is threatening purchasing power. So the debate has already been solved. Like, rising inflation comes from the traditional market, comes from traditional things, banks. You even want to, like Elon Musk, you want to put in companies in there. Cool, whatever. Because company technically until it goes under, it still has a chance, right? You want to put on land as well. Land would be the only thing I kind of etch out of it. And even so, land, it only works in a functioning society. It doesn't work in I'm trying to think of a country right now where it's like, no, this is my deed, and somebody smacks you with a brick and like, no, it's my deed. You're Crane. Like, I don't know, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of places like that. Yeah.
Land only works, like the whole land deed and debt, like that only works if you're in a region where most regions are like this, where it's like, no, this is actually your land. It'll be protected by the government, XYZ. But there's still places on this earth, as we're seeing now, with again Ukraine, where it's like, no, this is our land, this is ours, and there's an invading force. Like, no, it ain't. Like, so that is a possibility. The only reason I point that out is because people do like to point out the far-fetched possibilities of Bitcoin. What if the internet goes up, or if it's fake money, or whatever? So I want to point out both far-fetched things, and I point all that out to say the rising inflation has already solved the debate. Clearly, it's nothing traditional. It must be something new. So to me, I'm already looking at Bitcoin or crypto beating out the majority of physical things out there. But what exactly is going on with this debate? What is it about, and what are your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, well, it seems as though they're basically splitting hairs. They're basically agreeing, but they're saying exactly how the inflation rate, or how can you change it. So Elon Musk basically probed and said, what are your thoughts about probable inflation rate over the next few years? And then Michael Saylor came in and answered, USD consumer inflation will continue near all-time highs. Asset inflation will run at double the rate of consumer inflation. Weaker currencies will collapse. We're already seeing that. The flight of capital from cash, debt, and value stocks to scarce property like Bitcoin will intensify. And I think that Saylor, he's on board with Bitcoin. We already know that. But I think he's basically showing Elon Musk that all the questions that you're asking have already been answered with Bitcoin. You just keep asking these questions because of the traditional market. Like, usually you'd be like, so what do we do in this terrible market? And we just keep telling you Bitcoin. Like, I don't know how else to tell you. If you already got it, then you're good. So he tweeted back, it is not entirely unpredictable that you will reach that conclusion. As a general principle, for those looking for advice from this thread, it's generally better to own physical things like a home or stock in companies you think make good products than dollars when inflation is high. I still own and won't sell my Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Doge. And again, one thing you need to realize is if you own a physical home right now, prices are skyrocketing for no reason. Like, you ain't got to fix a doorknob on your house and it's doubled in price.
I mowed lawn today.
That is not a healthy market. It's going to crash. At some point, the bubble's going to pop. This is the everything bubble. This isn't like last time where it was just real estate. It's going to be real estate, credit, stocks. It's going to be pretty much everything because we've pushed it too further along. We've kicked the can down the road as far as we can go. We've kicked it all the way down to a cul-de-sac. There's nowhere for us to go. We're just kicking it in circles now. At this point, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We're at the 250-year cycle. We're at the 12-year boom and bust cycle. I mean, everything is lining up for this. And I think Elon Musk is just basically asking questions that I think he knows the answer to. He just wanted to get reassurance.
And I get it too. And again, just actually going at this debate. And first of all, really quick, Doge pumped again because, he says he's holding Doge. Doge pumped again. Like, people, he's holding it because he can't get rid of it. Like, don't get it twisted. He's not holding it because he believes in the project. He can't get rid of it. Like, unless Elon bought like $10 of Doge, which I highly doubt, like anything over 100 to 200K, it's going to be a little more difficult to get rid of, even with Dogecoin people. I'm telling you, not from maybe, but as a fact, from experience fact, anything over 100K is going to start to affect the Doge market. So I'm assuming he has over $250,000 in it because why not? Like, it's Elon. But hey, let's just say he had less than that. I don't know. To me, this is this is the thing that's interesting, where he better hope Ripple wins. If Ripple loses, these type of tweets, oh, they taxing his ass. I am telling you now, if XRP loses against the SEC and the rest of the market starts to fall in place, he will be paying for these tweets. It's actually crazy that he's not, especially after they went after which call the way they did, but they just wanted a reason to go after Maccabee. But no, going back to this debate, crypto versus physical. Again, the only thing I could really give it to, it would be actually be real estate. I can't even give it to companies. I mean, I'll give it to companies over dollars. Of course, I would rather keep my stuff in the physical stock in the company, but even then, like Enron has happened. Companies are companies, but one thing I will say is, even when it comes to housing and stuff, the risk there to me, and I wish that lady was back on today, the risk with housing, on everybody, invest in housing, how you said just now, your money's going up for no reason right now, whatever. But at the same time, you're not liquid. You're not liquid. And to me, in this market, especially when you're playing around Bitcoin and crypto, it's very important to be liquid, or at least have the ability to be liquid. You all hear the numbers we're talking about on this show sometimes. Some of you are like, wait, like that's a high number. That's like not a whip in the pan. It's like, yeah, well, some of you have a house and that's where your money's at. I don't own a home right now. Like, I want to own a home, a very expensive one. So, but it's like, as long as I'm not owning a home, anything in this market, when it comes to Bitcoin, crypto, or a different country, or whatever, if I needed to make an adjustment out the fly, the United States is shut down, COVID part 3. We're going to do this next 2 years, but Japan's open and they got apartments. Boom. We just go to Japan, buy an apartment overnight. Like, so I will say, when it comes to investments and longevity, you may, again, to me, crypto is just an easier thing to me, because there's so many ways in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to diversify. You're talking about farming, staking, NFTs, the whole DeFi space. Back in the day, ICOs, which in some countries are still legal. Like, there's just so many different, and really, you could do it in a traditional way. Let's just say you don't want to invest in this specific crypto. There's way to invest in actual project teams now. You're talking about grayscale funds. So to me, you're just way more liquid. You have the ability to become more liquid in crypto, and you still have the ability to invest that. Whereas in the physical side, you get a house, something go wrong, like, you live there, you're not going nowhere. Like, you're not liquid. Same thing when it comes to even the traditional market. Unless you're doing your own trading on some of these newer apps, okay, you got the cash apps and the Robinhoods and all that, where you can withdraw something almost immediately. It used to be you couldn't withdraw, right? I was with Franklin Templeton, like, yo, they need 2 or 3 weeks before they just pulling out some money to give back to you. Like, so again, for me, I think it's going to be more crypto than physical. But I don't know. You all let us know in the chat and comments after this what you all think. But
and let's keep it in context too, because this is Elon Musk talking, right? You got to understand who's asking the questions. Like, when people are like, they're tired, like in the comments, they're saying they're tired of hearing about Elon Musk. Yeah, because he's a troll. I mean, you got to keep it. Let me share this real quick.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know who Elon Musk is, I mean, he tweets stuff like this right after asking about inflation. Netflix waiting for the war to end to make a movie about a black Ukraine guy falls in love with a transgender Russian soldier. Like, that's Elon Musk for you. So take everything he says with a grain of salt, because remember, people, he's a billionaire who does what he wants. So he's just going to say stuff. So I wouldn't take everything he says to heart. He's literally a genius who is having fun at certain times on Twitter. I think he just uses Twitter. He's one of the biggest trolls of all time. Just take it with a grain of salt. Even if he's asking these questions, it doesn't mean Elon's about to do something.
You know what? And I'm with Jake here. Jake said Elon tweet how he wants to because he owns Bitcoin. He knows he's untouchable now. I actually believe him and your boy Jack from Twitter. Same. I think once people, you see how we act with a little bit of Bitcoin. They got a lot of bit of Bitcoin. They probably like, what? Elon, listen, to me, Elon and some of the and the whole lot of them, they're still being super kind, because yeah, if some billions in Bitcoin, look, I'm gonna do it my way every day. If you keep acting crazy, I'm gonna start hiring my own military. All right, there's no other way around this. Hey, God, don't make mistakes. He's like, and that's why you don't get it. Let's see what else we got going on. Kadeem said, hell, it barely works here in the US. Let's see. PFC Will, sometimes you got to cut your nose to spite your face. I literally walked away from a project last month. Exactly. That's the thing, people. Some of the I was literally looking at another comment. Yeah, some of the projects and stuff in here it's always a new thing. That's the great thing. It's always a new thing. It's never going to get old. Even in the real estate market, right? There's always going to be a new house being built. There's always going to be another house. It's all about not FOMOing into it. And Credit K, I would check with them as well. Mine came direct, so I'm not sure, but my iCoin wallet came from I ordered from the site, came in an Amazon package, but the box was sealed. Should I reach out or is that normal? I will check with them as well. And we'll get them on the comment section. And we'll also be having them here live on the show as well, too. So they probably they'll be able to answer that for you. Let's see. What else do we get? Heavy Productions. Go ahead, Bitcoin Zay.
I might try to say Elon wasn't a genius. You got to be a genius to trick two other geniuses to sell you their company when they created the idea. That's actually genius. That Bill Gates did the same thing. He tricked Xerox into giving him a $1 trillion idea. That's actually a genius. That's a part of being very smart, is being able to convince really smart people to give away their IP and give away their products, and you make more money doing it. That's actually pretty genius. I'm just telling you, he may not have made it. I already know the story behind it, but yeah, trust me, he got some stuff going.
Well, also,
but he's also spoiled. I mean, he got the money from Blood Diamonds from before. I already know all that story. But as far as him being a genius, you still have to be really smart to convince other really smart people to work for you. I don't think people understand that. He's not killing them. He's not threatening them with violence. So he has to be able to do something. I just think he's good at.
Even if he was, forget it. That's still, listen, I know it's evil and bad, but it's a tool and mechanism to work. So it is what it is. Some people threaten people with evil and violence, and some people show a good example. Either way, if people do what needs to be done, then the job got done. I mean, I'd rather do it the right way and the good way, but you can't knock the person over there cracking the whip, especially when you see people sometimes who need that whip cracked on them too. You're like, you know what? This is why other people are assholes. You know, I'm not gonna stop them from being an asshole either, because I don't have it in me to do it, but it needs some balance in this world. Let's see, Wealth and Wellness. I think Texas was the first to cease and desist BitConnect. In the US, they don't play. LOL. You're actually right. So it wasn't just BitConnect, but around that time, if you remember, they were throwing out cease and desist to it was just like, no, if you can make money in crypto, if you do any type of lending or percent paybacks, they was like, hell to the no. And then again, after like the third company is when we started doing our deep dive, like, why is Texas cease and desisting? And it came out that was like, no, they have their own internal infrastructure for this stuff. All right. Certainly, last but not least, can cryptocurrency replace loyalty points? A growing number of reward programs are offering crypto instead of typical reward points. Is a credit card that lets you earn crypto right for you. Pros and cons. Bitcoin Zay. Will crypto replace, or can crypto replace loyalty points?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you look at the use case of loyalty points, most people are not looking at loyalty points as a currency. They don't look at their hotel points. They don't look at their flight points and say, oh, I have 60,000 points. That means I have X amount of dollars. They look at it as a way to get discounts, to get perks, all types of things that you don't have to use your own money. So I don't think people have a problem with a speculative loyalty points type program like cryptocurrency, because on one end, you could say, hey, I have this amount of crypto, I can get loyalty points, but the price is down. But on the other hand, we've seen this bull market happen where you can buy maybe 10, 20, 30 times more purchasing power with those crypto points, so to say, going forward. And I think that with places like Shake Shack now offering rewards in Bitcoin, this will be pretty, I mean, to me, this will be an integral part of society, because if you look at most younger people, I'm pretty sure they would rather take crypto either through airdrop or through purchases as a way to actually be a loyalty points than the loyalty points program now. Because if you look at it, it's a dying, loyalty points on a lot of this stuff is a dying industry, because you can't do anything with them outside of for that specific company. So imagine if you have a crypto where you can, not only can you use it for that company, but you can use it for other stuff too. Like I've always said, to me, crypto is like better stocks, better loyalty points, because not only can you use it for that, you can use it for anything else you want. You can swap it using DeFi and then go to and use it for something else. So I love that that is becoming sort of a new incentive program, and it can also get people a lot of extra purchasing power without any extra work.
Yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, loyalty points are crypto, people. You know, it's just a different form or version in the digital dollar way, the fiat way, but it just makes sense. Anything that will be tokenized, that can be tokenized, will be. I think, you know, you're going to have a United Airlines token or whatever token, that token, and all those tokens will represent is a form of loyalty points. They'll be attached to the cities or the states or the government CBDC or whatever other type of financial infrastructure we have on a digital basis, and we'll move forward. I think this transition will be a slow, bumpy 6 weeks. I don't think it'll be a long transition. The emails will go out. This is a thing, nothing to worry about. This is just how we're considering these things. This is what they're called. They still work the same way. Because again, when it comes to the Bitcoin blockchain and some of the other infrastructural systemic things that are going on in this space, it's happening on the back end. The average person won't see it happen. Zay said the thing back in, years ago, I think it was in 2017, where he's like, who know how TSP/IP work or whatever, right? Like, you all don't know how internet protocol works. You don't know how your email gets sent. You don't know how HTML happens, how the code on the screen appears. You don't know how this video and these packets are even being sent right now. Like, the average person doesn't know that. You need to learn these things, right? Like, you got to go learn this stuff. So I think it's going to be the same way. Everything's going to be in the back end. You don't need to know how Zoom works or how our faces are coming on the screen or how the electronic package are being zipped across. So you don't need to know that. It just works. The smart people behind the scenes know how to do it. That's their job. They fix it. They get it to work. I think it's going to be the same thing. Loyalty points, reward points, Ralph's cards, CVS cards, all this stuff is going to fall under crypto, new tokens. And eventually there's going to be that killer app, that killer DApp that's going to merge it all. There will, and I think we're years off from that one. And now when that comes, that's going to be, I think it's going to be.
Nah, we already there. It's Cash App.
I know he's going to say that. I know. I don't think so. But only, I will say this, only if they continue, they adapt. They continue to adapt. You're right.
Yeah. It's Block. It's actually Block, not Cash App. Because Block, they have the identity verification. They have the DeFi portion of it, Lightning Network. So they're taking what Cash App's already done and expanding it from there. So we'll see. I hope they become
the
their
loyalty.
own bank.
I'm thinking of the entire ecosystem to the point where it's loyalty points from CVS to stocks. Like you said, if Cash App continues to adapt and add it, I get what you're saying. I see it, but it still hasn't happened yet because loyalty points aren't even there yet. So as soon as the crypto loyalty points come, soon as the entire world is all crypto and we're on this mechanism, then yeah, whether it's Cash App or whatever else, I think it's gonna be bigger than Google though. I think it'll literally be bigger than Google because it'll be a killer app for all finances, all tokens, all what. That's going to be crazy. So yeah, I think that's definitely on the horizon. All right, last few comments really quick. Let's see, Sochi Slim, imagine they open up to the industry. I can use my points to fly any airline. They'll keep the airlines honest and customer service based. So that's my point. And now that I think it should happen. Can it though? Maybe because competition, the privatization of companies may not allow it to happen. But you're right. What if every airline was like, no, these are airline tokens. You can use them for every airline. Like, that will be crazy right there, actually.
Nah, man, but they hate each other. They are not.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, people using Spirit points to go fly on Virgin. That shit.
Oh, hell no. They trying to take an international flight with some Spirit points. They were like, man, you got to sit under the plane.
Hey, or if they were to have that, if they were to say, you know what, you can use your points for any airline, or your points for this, or let's say you can use any points for anything. Airlines, CVS, Ralph's, no matter what it is under the sun. These are Fed coin tokens I get back no matter what I spend. Let's say if that was the case, it's still going to be pretty scary because I guarantee they'll add some type of social credit score. They're not going to give you ability to use rewards anywhere on the planet or any other business without also knowing who is using those rewards. You're going to have some type of credit score to go along with that, whether it's a social one, a DeFi one. They're going to say, fine, you can use them anywhere as long as you're the right person. We don't want, we still don't want that dirty money over here, okay? All right. Other than that, you got anything else, Bitcoin Zay?
Nothing for me. Happy Pi Day to everybody. Go out, celebrate however you do 314.
Oh, it is 3.14. I haven't heard that since middle school. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Happy Pi Day, baby.
Happy Pi Day. Yeah, other than that, as always, make sure you check out the masterclass for those who purchased it over the weekend. Thanks. We'll be getting some more purchases for that masterclass. So soon we'll be doing another Q&A here, probably next month or so. But if not, make sure you check out the masterclass. Be on the lookout. Toward the end of this week, a lot of stuff will be coming out. So just be on the lookout. If you haven't already, check out that Crypto in the Caribbean. That's not the official name yet. That's his name we're playing with. But that's second episode of Leroy's show as well. And again, don't worry about that description. We'll be cleaning that up soon. We're just trying to test out a couple of new back end things. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. And we will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.